With our next guest, and I'm so excited to introduce you to him. He's been called the world's strongest man, the world's toughest man, the world's fittest man. He's consistently invited suffering and discomfort into his life to grow further. He's someone with a phenomenal background.
Goggins is described as one of the toughest men on the planet. He's the only man in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force tactical air controller.
Some people have been bullied, some people are just stressed out, some people are insecure, some people are fat and overweight. I call myself fat because I was fat, and people don't want to do that. They want to say, oh, don't call yourself fat. Don't call yourself dumb. If you're not real and raw with who the f you are, nothing's going to change.
An obese man with childhood trauma and asthma goes on to become the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces ever to complete training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force tactical air controller. If this doesn't motivate you, nothing will. This video is about the story of David Goggins, a motivational speaker, author, ex-U.S. Navy SEAL, and one of the world's top endurance athletes. Goggins was born on February 17, 1975, in New York to a dysfunctional family. His businessman father, Trunis, was a tyrant who ran a roller disco rink. He treated his two sons and wife almost like slaves and forced them to work at the rink for long hours. David and his brother never got to know the small joys of childhood. They and their mother would only get belt lashes for disobedience. Working late into the night took a toll on Goggins' schooling. He would frequently fall asleep in class and found it very difficult to concentrate on his lessons. One day, David and his mother got the chance to run away from his father's draconian clutches with the help of a neighbor. They settled in Brazil, Indiana, but the new life wasn't much better than what they suffered under Goggins Sr. A part-time job and a monthly welfare check of $123 was all they had for support while David was grappling with the demons of his past. Due to the toxic stress, he had developed a nervous stutter and patches of skin discoloration. The teachers in Northview High School labeled him mentally handicapped. To avoid being thrown into a special facility, Goggins started cheating on his homework and tests. He could barely read through his teenage years. The difficult childhood had, however, toughened him up as a survivor. He developed skills in basketball and football while in school. He never became a star player, but he was consistent. He learned the importance of hard work and persistence. This is when physical training started appealing to him. At the age of 18, Goggins enlisted in the Air Force as a TACP, or Tactical Air Control Party. These are the men who go in with Rangers. They train seriously and deploy with serious combat units. He was selected as one of the Air Force 12 Outstanding Airmen of the Year, the Air Force's most prestigious award. Goggins served in the Air Force from 1994 to 1995, but a dream of a career in the National Football Team made him quit. He actually earned a position on the Colts roster, but was dropped from the team after a short while. He started working as a pest controller and lived between paychecks. 6 months passed, and he was going broke and getting nowhere. Stress led to binge eating. Every day, at the end of his 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, he would stop at Steak and Shake. I would go in and get a large chocolate milkshake, Goggins tells CNBC Make It. And then I would go across the street to 7-Eleven, get a box of mini donuts. On his 45-minute commute home, he'd pop donuts like Tic Tacs. That was his routine up until one morning when he saw a documentary, Navy SEAL's Toughest Training. He realized that I didn't want to sit back and continually watch these shows about great people doing amazing things. I wanted that feeling in my head that I believed that they had, of true accomplishment. He decided that Navy SEALs was his next destination. But life had always tested Goggins real hard. He was 24, standing 6'1" and weighing 300 pounds, when the maximum qualifying weight for the SEAL training was 190 pounds. Also, he had a learning disability and was afraid of deep water. He was obviously rejected at the first application. Goggins, instead of getting disheartened, took it as a challenge. He established a training plan and went on this crazy routine, eating hardly nothing. In 3 months, he achieved the impossible and returned weighing 190 pounds. But that was the beginning. From there, he had to complete SEAL training, which can take as many as 30 months. It is one of the most grueling training programs. Goggins couldn't clear in the first 2 attempts, but eventually made it in the 3rd one. The toughest part was the 130 hours of Hell Week. Goggins graduated from BUD/S training with Class 235 in 2001 and was assigned to SEAL Team 5. He served in Iraq in 2004 and went ahead to graduate from Army Ranger School with the distinction of being enlisted Top Honor Man. In doing so, Goggins had become the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. Goggins had overcome asthma, obesity, and a congenital heart defect to reach his goals that made it almost superhuman. These successes motivated Goggins to start an incredible journey that eventually got him the moniker of the toughest man alive. Later, he was also diagnosed with atrial septal defect, or a hole between atrial chambers of his heart, which would prevent him from certain athletic activity. He underwent surgery to repair his heart and went on with his life. Overcoming brutal injuries, he created a Guinness World Record in 2013 for the most number of pull-ups done in 24 hours. He managed 4,030 pull-ups in just 17 hours. After Goggins lost several friends in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan in 2005, he started running to raise funds for the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. In the process, he became one of the world's top endurance athletes, having competed in more than 60 ultramarathons, triathlons, and ultra-triathlons. It all started in 2005 when he entered the San Diego One Day, a 24-hour ultramarathon. He ran 101 miles in 19 hours and 6 minutes, despite never having attempted to run a marathon previously. He then went on to make his mark in several benchmark events, including the Badwater 135 ultramarathon. He set a course record at the 48-hour National Championships, beating the previous record by 20 miles, with a total distance traveled of 203.5 miles, and earning himself a spot among the top 20 ultramarathoners in the world. In 2008, he was named a Hero of Running by Runner's World. Goggins and his training have become the stuff of legends. He generously shares his experience and learnings with society, emerging as one of the most sought-after motivational speakers. As an inspirational speaker, Goggins travels and speaks to sports teams. His autobiography, Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, published in 2018, has remained Amazon's bestseller since day one. In the book, he refers to the 40% rule, his belief that most of us only tap into 40% of our capabilities. Goggins credits his transformation to his mindset. The most successful individuals are focused and obsessed, he says. They're driven on whatever it is that they want to accomplish in life. Goggins still lives each day as if he hasn't accomplished anything yet. No matter how many races he wins, books he sells, or records he sets, he refuses to get comfortable or think he's made it. Well, that was all about David Goggins. Do you think there's anything Goggins can't do? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest updates.